What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ja Hoops, and I am back with another video. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Karl-Anthony Towns trade, man, that happened 3 days ago. 3 days ago, the whole world, man. I think even you, me, your brother, your sister, everybody was shocked by this trade, man. All right, the New York Knicks acquired Karl-Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves for Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick. Okay. I'm not even gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know Ja, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely keeping up with the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Every day, so on Instagram, well, before Woj retired, Woj did retire like last week or 2 weeks ago. Before Woj retired, I had like a notification for whenever Woj posted, I got notified, you know what I'm saying, on my phone, and I'll just always hold the Instagram notification just to see what it was. But this time it wasn't a Woj bomb, it was a Shams bomb. All right, my boy Shams Charania, he broke the news to us on Twitter, basically saying that the Knicks acquired Karl-Anthony Towns for Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick. All right, initially when I first seen it, I was just kind of blown away. Like, what, this real? Like, it just seemed like a mock trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at it. When you look at that trade, it looks like a mock trade, or like a trade you would do on 2K. Because Julius Randle and Karl-Anthony Towns, to me, is in the same kind of like, they in the same category. You could say one is better than the other, but they play similar positions. And you could say they're in similar tiers as far as skill and where they're at in their careers at the moment. So initially, I just didn't get it. I didn't get the trade. I was just kind of confused. I didn't necessarily like the trade, but I didn't necessarily dislike the trade. And I instantly thought about 2K. And I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna lie, the New York Knicks is gonna be a lot more funner to use on 2K. But in real life, it just didn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like on the Minnesota side, you have had Karl-Anthony Towns since he was a rookie. And on top of that, y'all just had so much success last season. Like, y'all almost made it to the finals last season. And I feel like the Minnesota Timberwolves actually had the formula to stop Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, they did so well on Jokic in the playoffs, man. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they had that chemistry going upward. You know what I'm saying? They had the young star guard, and Anthony Edwards, and you could tell Karl-Anthony Towns just loved playing with that group. You could just tell he did. And like, I was saying at the beginning of the year. Like, hey, Minnesota should probably trade Cat. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they should have this double tandem of him and Gobert. And on top of that, I feel like the money is the real reason why they traded Cat, because this is a business. You know what I'm saying? The NBA is a business. I feel like if the NBA wasn't a business, Cat would still be on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm pretty sure that they would still want him there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they still wanted Cat there as far as like him, his skill set, what he can bring to the table. But I just think that his contract was starting to get too expensive for how he was playing to them. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to y'all. Because I'm not saying Karl-Anthony Towns isn't a max contract player, but his contract is a bit expensive, all right? His contract is a bit expensive. And I feel like, if they was to keep Karl-Anthony Towns in the next couple of years, they was probably going to lose some role players like Naz Reid, Alexander Walker. You know what I'm saying? You're going to lose key guys like that you want on your bench. You want in your rotation. You want to have some guys. You want to be a deep team. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how Minnesota was thinking. They did get Donte DiVincenzo, which is a very good guard from New York. Very good combo guard. Can play the point, can play the shooting guard for Minnesota now. He can come off the bench. He can start. That is a very good player right there. But I wouldn't expect Donte DiVincenzo to not start, because he didn't like the idea of, reduced minutes and a reduced role behind Mikal Bridges. We all know that the New York Knicks acquired Mikal Bridges from the Nets this summer. So I don't think Donte liked the idea of coming off the bench behind Mikal, reduce minutes, reduce role. So he probably didn't mind getting traded, but that was probably also a reason why New York wanted to include Donte into the trade. You know what I'm saying? Get him out of there, get him somewhere he can actually get some more minutes, have a real role. I mean, he would still have a real role in New York, but I don't think he liked the idea of just not getting his minutes. He did have a very good career year last year, and he helped the Knicks get a lot of success, when it was banged up. So I definitely feel for Donte in that situation. He definitely deserves more of a role. New York had success without Randle last season. They had success without Randle a little bit of the regular season and the postseason, mostly the postseason. The Knicks just looked so good without Randle. You know what I'm saying? That was my biggest question, was how is Randle gonna fit into this new group of guys of Mikal Bridges, and you know what I'm saying? How is he gonna fit into all this? So that was my biggest question, and it seems like he wasn't. He was never meant to fit in. Yeah, man, I just feel like, yeah, Minnesota did great with that first round pick. I feel like when I seen that first round pick, I just feel like that was a little over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like Karl-Anthony Towns and Julius Randle was like even. When you added Donte DiVincenzo on that deal, it was already kind of like, okay, once New York added Donte DiVincenzo and Julius Randle to the deal, Minnesota already won the deal. But then they also got the cherry on top, which was the first round pick. I do feel like if I had to pick somebody to win this trade, it was definitely Minnesota, man. They got deeper. They got a good guard that could play two positions. They got Julius Randle. And besides, Karl-Anthony Towns is a bit injury prone. Like I said, he played a decent amount of games this season. He was banged up a couple times, but he has a lot of history of injuries. So that's not a good sign for New York. But I do kind of like the offensive stratosphere for the New York Knicks now. Like I like what they can do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as far as offense goes, they got a lot of different things they can do now. They can do pick and pop with Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. And they actually like officially got that number 2 option. You know what I'm saying? Like I do feel like Julius Randle was going to be that number 2 option next season. But I think they would just prefer Cat, because Cat can shoot the 3 ball a bit better than Julius Randle. And he can stretch the floor a little bit better. And I'm not gonna lie, if you think of that starting 5, if they start Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns, that would be dangerous, which I don't think they would do. I don't think they're trying to go with that twin tower approach. But if they wanted to start Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns along with Mikal Bridges, Anunoby, and Jalen Brunson, that starting 5 would be tough. You know what I'm saying? That starting 5 would be tough. Or you can even bring Mitchell Robinson off the bench behind Cat. So either way, you got good depth at the big man. You got Precious Achiuwa as well. And you got a whole bunch of wings that can defend. You know what I'm saying? So, and you got Josh Hart. Like I like the New York Knicks team. I do like it. I just feel like it was just a little bit unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? You guys let me know down below in the comments if you think this New York Knicks trade was kind of unnecessary. I just think it was unnecessary. Like I said, I don't think it was a bad trade or a good trade necessarily. It was just kind of like an even trade, but for very good players. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I wasn't really expecting it. This trade was probably the biggest shocker of the summer. I would definitely say it's the biggest shocker of the summer, man. Was not expecting Cat to be traded for Julius Randle at the end of the summer, bro. Like, I think the reason why I was confused is because Cat didn't want the trade. We seen Cat reaction after the trade. He tweeted like some little dots, and I don't think Julius Randle would have requested a trade. He was injured all last season, so he don't even know how he fits in the new Knicks system. You know what I'm saying? So that wouldn't make sense either. I don't think anybody requested a trade, but it was reports out saying that the New York Knicks and the Minnesota Timberwolves was apparently discussing this deal all summer, which could be a lie. It could be true, but yeah, man, this whole thing was just a surprise to me. Had to come to you guys, make a video. You know what I'm saying? Please let me know down below in the comments if you enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, do me a favor. Smack that like button, man. I need some more likes, man. Please hit that like button for me. But I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope y'all have a good day. You dig?